Hari Om. Welcome back to our continuing study of this great text, Vivekachudamani. We are studying this important shloka, the 12th shloka, in which Shankaracharya really puts his foot down and says the only way to ascertain the truth of our rope snake is by samyak vichara, a thorough inquiry. Samyak means thorough, total inquiry, no half heartedness. If you want to get rid of ignorance, the only way is to commit yourself to systematic inquiry, is what Shankaracharya is implying, is communicating through this shloka, and will do so through the rest of Vivekachudamani. So, Shankaracharya, in other words, is saying that vicharaha or inquiry is the direct means to jnanam, knowledge. And this jnanam leads to moksha, liberation. Liberation is to be demystified. Liberation means ridding oneself of ignorance. It can happen at all levels. It can happen at the rope snake level. It can happen at the level of correcting our understanding, our wrong understanding about a person or a situation. If we get our understanding corrected, we are liberated. And if you get at the highest level, if you correct your wrong understanding about the world, about Ishvara, and about yourself, with the correct understanding, you're liberated forever. Forever. And Shankaracharya says, for this inquiry, there's no other inquiry, an inquiry resulting in moksha or liberation. There is no alternate method. There's no alternate method. Like the Purusha Suktam says, Nanya Pantha, or the Kaivalya Upanishad says, Nanya Pantha Vimuktaye. Nanya Pantha Vidyate Yanaya. Ayanaya means by the Lord. In the Kaivalya Upanishad, the Lord, the teacher is Lord Brahma himself, the creator. Na anyaf pantha, there's no other way other than inquiry, samyak vichara. This highlights the central role of self inquiry and philosophical understanding in attaining liberation according to Advaita Vedanta. Like I mentioned in the earlier capsule, some might view the emphasis on vichara as being narrow minded or short sighted and fanatical. It is just about prioritizing the most effective means to self realization, to realize the truth. What is being fanatical about it? If people think I'm fanatical, let them think. I will continue in my own vein. So, this is what we were looking at essentially in this shloka, this important shloka. Let us now pick up the thread from where we left. So, by emphasizing vichara, it doesn't mean that I'm not being accommodative of other people's views. No, I'm not imposing my view on anybody else. That's not my intention at all. I'm trying to be practical over here. I'm applying the right means of knowledge to rid myself of self ignorance, ignorance of the rope that is causing so many problems for me. If I have to raid physics ignorance, tell me, if I have to rid physics ignorance, what am I supposed to do? I have to study physics. And I have to study physics until a point in time when I get clear knowledge about physics or chemistry or mathematics or, for that matter, any blessed science in this universe. It is the same approach to self knowledge. What's so different about it? To study physics, chemistry, or mathematics, you enroll as a student in a college. The study is akin to that. We are not having any colleges running over here, no Vedanta college. But this is to be understood in the same vein. There's nothing different about it. You commit yourself to 3 years of bachelor's, 2 years of master's, and any number of years for your doctoral thesis. It is the same here. Shravanam means consistent and systematic study of the Vedantic scriptures for a length of time under the guidance of a competent live acharya. Swamiji's famous definition on Shravanam, of Shravanam. Commit yourself to Shravanam, to study, become a student of Vedanta, whoever you may be. So, to be accommodative is certainly a value. See, accommodating people involves being understanding and empathetic, whereas accommodating wrong notions can hinder growth and understanding. It is essential to differentiate between the two to promote clarity and progress. To be accommodative is certainly a virtue. Being loving and accommodative of a Christian or a Muslim and different systems of philosophy like Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, Jainism, Buddhism is acceptable. That doesn't mean that I accept the Christian ideology that moksha is reaching heaven. That's not the definition of moksha. I can't accept that. And because I don't accept that, you cannot call me fanatic. You cannot call me bigoted. You cannot label me as being narrow minded. No. Go ahead. Label me. I have no problem. I'm being practical here. If you want to listen, I can teach you systematically what I mean by committing myself to vichara. Similarly, we cannot accept their ideology, the Christian ideology, that we are all sinners. Because the Vedas clearly say, Shrunvantu sarve amritasya putra. Shrunvantu sarve amritasya putra. We are all sons of immortality. We are all sons and daughters of immortality. We are not condemned sinners. The Vedas say that we are Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta. The Vedas say that we are Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta. Eternal, Nitya, pure, Shuddha, consciousness, Buddha, and free, here and now, Mukta. Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta. All of us are, essentially. That's our nature, that's our swabhava, that can never ever be taken away from us. The only problem with us is we have successfully ignored our essential nature. Ignored successfully. The Vedas say we are Nitya, Shuddha, Buddha, Mukta, Swabhava by nature. Sin, Papa, is just a superficial encrustation on the person. How much relief is got by understanding this sentence? Sin is a superficial encrustation on the person. It is not the core nature. It is not the core nature. I can accommodate Christians and Muslims, but I cannot accept their false conclusions. I'm not being bullheaded here. I'm being practical. Come my side. I will teach you. I'm not trying to convert you into my kind of thinking. No way. You want to listen? I'll teach you how to think, says Shankaracharya. Thus, when Shankaracharya says, Jnanena eva mokshaha, Shankaracharya, along with all our acharyas and the Vedas and every part of our Shastras, when they all say, Jnanena eva moksha, Jnanena eva moksha, it is not a fanatical approach. It is a fact. It is a fact. In all walks of life. How different is Vedantic study from the study of physics or chemistry or mathematics? If ignorance has to be gotten rid of, the only way is through vichara, period. And through vichara, you get jnanam, and through jnanam, you get moksha from the ignorance of physics. Similarly, through vichara, through self inquiry, vichara into the self, you get jnanam, self knowledge, and self knowledge liberates you. Jnanena eva moksha. Na anyah pantha vimuktaye. Swamiji says, if someone asks, will bhakti give me moksha, Swamiji? He will give two answers. Swamiji prepares us to even answer such questions. Swamiji says, bhakti will give moksha if bhakti means jnanam or knowledge. Bhakti will bless you with moksha if bhakti means jnanam or knowledge. If bhakti is something other than knowledge or jnanam, then Swamiji would say, if bhakti is something other than jnanam, then Swamiji would say, bhakti will give moksha all right, but not directly. Not directly. This is called mimamsa, right thinking. Let me repeat that. Very important to internalize. Swamiji says, if someone asks, will bhakti give moksha? Will bhakti bless me with moksha? Swamiji gives out two answers. Bhakti will give us moksha or bless us with moksha if bhakti means jnanam or knowledge. That's one answer. If bhakti is something other than jnanam, if bhakti something other than jnanam, then Swamiji would say bhakti will give moksha all right, but not directly. This, friends, is mimamsa, proper thinking, right thinking. The word bhakti must be interpreted properly. Bhakti will give you no moksha by taking you to the portals of knowledge. This is called clarity of thinking, samyak vichara, resulting in samyak jnanam. This is called clarity of understanding. This is called clarity of understanding. And it's very peaceful to follow this line of thinking. Why not? It's so practical. It's the most intelligent way of looking at things. If this clarity is not there, if this clarity is not there, the whole teaching, the whole teaching will be a set of islands of ideas that will never ever take us anywhere. If we aren't able to string all these ideas together and arrive at this central message, that if bhakti means jnanam, it will give you moksha directly. If bhakti means anything else, it will give you moksha, all right, but not directly. What's so difficult to understand this? Why all this fight about your idea and my idea? It's all because of half baked understanding that all these quarrels arise. Shankaracharya says in this verse, Rajju Sarpavadharana. It means having a clear knowledge of the rope. It means having a clear understanding of the rope. Rajju means rope. It is Satyam, not the ultimate Satyam. It is the Satyam of that snake. The substratum of the false snake, our snake. There's no snake outside there. Satyam. Mithya Sarpa Adhishtanam. Rajju is the Mithya Sarpa Adhishtanam. Avadharana means Nischaya Jnanam. Avadharana means Nischaya Jnanam. It is not enough if I say it may be a rope. It may be a rope. No way. It's not going to solve the problem. Suppose I say it may be a rope, and someone else says, go and touch it. It is natural to say, why take the risk? Why do I need to take that risk? You're after all saying it may be a rope, right? It's not a snake. So go and touch it. Then I begin to think, why at all take that risk? I'm not clear, right? I'm not well ascertained in my mind that it is not a snake. That fear, that uncertainty is still existing in my mind, in my understanding. So it makes me ask the question, why should I take the risk? Why? Similarly, if I say that the world is Brahman, it is one thing. But if I say the world may be Brahman, if I say the world may be Brahman, then there is an element of doubt in my statement. That is not enough. No doubt. I should not have any doubt. When I look at a clay pot, I need to know for sure that every millimeter of that pot is clay. I cannot and should not have any doubt about it. It should be crystal clear in my. No more doubts, no more misunderstanding of that clay pot. If I say that the world may be Brahman, then there is an element of doubt. You've not understood properly. That is not enough. So Shankaracharya says avadharana. Therefore, avadharana means I should know that this is the truth. The rope is the truth. The rope is the truth, and there's nothing else other than the rope. Advaita Nischaya. That this is the whole truth. And this is nothing but truth. Therefore, avadharana means I should know that this is the truth. The rope is the truth here in this example. That this is the whole truth. And this is nothing but truth. That conviction is called avadharana. So, what is fanatical about this? And what does this Rajju Sarpa Avadharana do? What does it do? Shankaracharya says, Vinashini. It is the destroyer of the Mahasarpa Bhayam. Mahasarpa Bhayam. The fear born out of Mahasarpa, the huge snake that is here. There's no snake over there. Mahasarpa is Udita here. So it is the Vinashini. If you have proper knowledge, if there is avadharana, then that becomes the Vinashini of the, it becomes the destroyer of this Mahasarpa, Maharajju Sarpa. We will continue this discussion in the upcoming capsules. Very important discussion. We will revisit this discussion and take our study forward. Until then, Hari Om. ॐ दुर्जनः सज्जनो भूयात् सज्जनः शान्तिमाप्नुयात् शान्तो मुच्येत बन्धेभ्यः मुक्तश्चान्यान् विमोचयेत् सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.